সালামু আলাইকুম প্রিয় দর্শক, স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আপনাদের সবাইকে এনটিভির পর্দায় এনটিভির সাপ্তাহিক অনুষ্ঠান সময়ের সাথে দেখার জন্য। প্রিয় দর্শক, সপ্তাহের প্রতিটি সোমবারে আমরা আপনাদের সামনে এসে থাকি বাংলাদেশকে নিয়ে কথা বলার জন্য, বাংলাদেশের বর্তমান যে রাজনৈতিক অবস্থা সে বিষয়ে কথা বলার জন্য। কিন্তু আজ আমরা একটু ব্যতিক্রম আঙ্গিকে আপনাদের সামনে আজ আমরা কথা বলতে আসছি বিশ্ব মানবতাকে নিয়ে, অর্থাৎ কোথায় মানবতা ভুলুণ্ঠিত হচ্ছে, কোথায় মানুষ কাঁদছে, কোথায় মানুষকে অন্যায়ভাবে মারা হচ্ছে, অন্যায়ভাবে হত্যা করা হচ্ছে। এ বিষয়ে আমরা কথা বলার জন্য আজ আমাদের কমিউনিটির 14 জন সম্মানিত অতিথি প্লাস আমরা দুজন আমাদের স্পেশাল গেস্টকে আমন্ত্রণ জানিয়েছি, যারা আপনাদের প্রশ্নের উত্তর দেবেন, যারা আপনাদের সাথে কথা বলবেন রোহিঙ্গা নিয়ে, অর্থাৎ মায়ানমারে রোহিঙ্গাদের কি হচ্ছে এ বিষয়ে আমাদের করণীয় কি, এ বিষয়ে বিশ্ব মিডিয়ার করণীয় কি, এ বিষয়ে ওয়ার্ল্ড অর্গানাইজেশনের, হিউম্যান রাইটস অর্গানাইজেশনের করণীয় কি এবং জাতিসংঘের করণীয় কি। আমি পরিচয় করিয়ে দিচ্ছি। আমার বামি হচ্ছেন তুংকিন গপ্পর, উনি হচ্ছেন প্রেসিডেন্ট বার্মিজ রোহিঙ্গা অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ইউকে। এরপরেই হচ্ছেন আব্বাস ফায়েজ, ফর্মার সিনিয়র রিসার্চার অ্যামনেস্টি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল সাউথ এশিয়া, বাট প্রেজেন্ট ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট হিউম্যান রাইটস কনসালটেন্ট। এই দুজন অতিথি এবং আমাদের কমিউনিটির সম্মানিত 14 জন অতিথি আপনাদের সাথে কথা বলবেন বর্তমানে রোহিঙ্গাদের অবস্থা নিয়ে এবং এই রোহিঙ্গাদের নির্যাতনে, এই হত্যাযজ্ঞে আমাদের করণীয় কি, বিশ্ব মানুষের করণীয় কি, বিশ্ব হিউম্যান রাইটস অর্গানাইজেশনের করণীয় কি। তুমকিন, হাউ আর ইউ টুডে?
Fine, thank you.
I want to know about Rohingya in Myanmar. What is going on there?
Is actually going a kind of, I should say, serious human rights violation, as international experts are saying what's happening to Rohingyas is genocide.
Okay.
You know, if you look at after 9 October, unknown groups of people attacked to border guard police post, and they saying that Rohingyas are responsible for that, and by taking that excuse, they are killing innocent Rohingya people. And so far as what we receive the information from the ground, they kill more than 500 Rohingyas.
More than 500 Rohingya within how long?
Since 9 October until today we received.
9th October 2016?
Yes.
Okay.
Since 9 October they killed more than 500 Rohingyas.
Yeah.
And about 220 Rohingya women were raped.
Okay.
And they burned down at least 2,200 houses.
All right.
And they are throwing the babies to the fire and children to the fire when they come to burn down the Rohingya houses. The children, their parents were trying to leave from the house, and they thrown to
Who are doing this?
The Burmese military.
Or military? Why
Burmese military combined with border guard police post, border guard police officers.
Why they are doing this?
This is actually, it's a long time persecution we are facing. This is a systematic plan. They want to wipe out the Rohingyas of Burma. We've been facing persecution many decades since 1962. But this is the time, by taking these attacks to the border guard police post, they are clearing off whole minority, wiping out whole minority of Rohingya.
From Burma.
Burma.
But what the government role at this stage? What they're doing?
The government is denying everything.
Yeah.
But we have seen the reports from Human Rights Watch. You know, according to our relatives, our friends from the ground, we're receiving all the information, all the images are coming out. And Burmese government, they've been sacking the reporters who are writing the report of rape cases. And recently you have seen in Bangladesh, in BBC interview, UNHCR officer have mentioned what's happening to the Rohingyas ethnic cleansing. He clearly mentioned that you can see many reports are coming out. So unfortunately, this is denial is a part of genocide. Burmese government is systematically denying everything. First, they deny these are not true, these are not reliable sources, and after that they sack the reporters who wrote about rape cases. And then now they are complaining to BBC again.
Against BBC, they are complaining.
Yeah, the Burmese embassy London
Yeah.
yesterday they complained that these are actually not
Fake
true.
news.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also they are writing, they are complaining UN High Commissioner in Geneva.
Okay.
This is not a kind of ethic.
But already
the
I saw from Amnesty International, from Human Rights Watch and United Nations, everybody make comments about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But the point is they just simply denying everything.
Okay.
They saying that it is not true, but we can see the situation, what's happening. You know, you
In
can
Burma.
see, yeah, about 7 to 10,000 Rohingya fleet since you know within a week.
Okay.
So
I'm
35,000 Rohingya become internally displaced person.
I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you. I need to speak with Abbas. Abbas, welcome to you. How are you today?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very well.
You know, to give us time for the human rights violation what's going on in Burma. So you know already Tunkin told everything within after 9th October 2016, all of 500 people killed and more than 290 women raped and more than 2,000 burned house. So why they're doing it?
Well, I mean, we've got to understand that in Myanmar, there is still a dictatorship which calls itself a semblance of democracy, because you know, elements within the kind of government structure there, they are not able to actually say anything against the army. So we are still really facing, you know, some kind of a dictatorship there. And you know that the Rohingya minority in Myanmar, they are not allowed to be citizens of Myanmar. So there's already, you know, they've already, this kind of government has already decided that these people must not belong to this country, which is really, you know, that is when people talk about ethnic cleansing, there is some element of truth in that. Probably a very strong element of truth.
But my question is to you, Abbas. You know, you working long time for human rights organization. You worked before Amnesty International as a head of South Asia. But my question is, what they are doing? Human rights organization like Human Rights Watch or Amnesty International, they are just issuing some statement, 200 house burned or 500 people killed. But they need to take the initiative. They need to take the action. What kind of action? Why they are stopped? Why they are silent?
Well, these are, you know, human rights organizations, as you very well know, they don't have any executive power.
Okay.
The only power that, you know, these organizations have, and most of us, all of us as human rights defenders have, is really to reveal things. Now, Mr. Tunkin, I'm sorry, Mr. Tunkin, was just mentioning earlier that you know, many different organizations have spoken about these issues, and the government of Myanmar, they have
bothering anything.
They just simply deny that. But you know, if you deny, it's got to be based on some fact. Because you cannot, on the one hand, say that you deny all of these allegations, and at the same time not allowing anyone to go and independently verify those. For example, human rights organizations are not allowed to go and investigate. Journalists are not allowed to go and investigate. And really, the entire population in Rakhine State is in a situation where nobody really, I mean, we are lucky to be able to actually get some information from the country, from people, you know, who have links with their families in Myanmar. But beyond that, you know, I mean, the government has tried to actually stop the flow of information. Now, I have a point about that. If the government thinks that what international organizations are doing and what human rights organizations doing is not going to change anything, why are they not allowing us? And why are they so, you know, kind of so wholeheartedly against these organizations saying anything? Because the power of words, you know, these dictators wherever they are afraid of wars, and that is why they ban the freedom of speech.
More than 500 people.
So I mean, they want to, you know, they want to carry out all these atrocities without anybody knowing, but they are wrong, because people will know. international human rights organizations will investigate. They
But
know how to do
one
it.
thing, Abbas, like if I see last 2 weeks report from the media, United Nations or Human Rights Watch or Amnesty International, just they're saying something, but they're not taking. Like United Nations, they should do proper action against this, because you, as told, 500 people he told killed already. We got Al Jazeera News and also BBC News, but why they are silent? Just I got one only statement from United Nations, I think head of refugee consultant.
Yeah.
So
I won't be able to tell you about the United Nations. I have my own observations about some of the things that the United Nations does.
Yeah.
I think they could do a lot more,
Yeah.
and unfortunately they are not doing more, and they should be doing.
Yeah.
Because the United Nations, they've got a Department of Political Affairs.
Yeah.
They can get involved in really, the political
But quick
context.
action about-
They've got a Department of Human Rights Affairs. They've actually issued a milder statement about the situation in Myanmar. They could have been a lot stronger.
Okay.
I can agree with that. But, fortunately, we've got Human Rights Watch, we've got Amnesty International. These organizations are doing really their best. I mean, Amnesty International
Already I
has
got their
just
statement,
issued
yeah.
a very strong statement
Yeah.
based on very detailed information. So I think, the job of the media and the job of the human rights organizations is to reveal
Yeah.
the shortcomings
Yeah.
of the state of Myanmar. But at the same time, I agree with you. We have to also focus on the shortcoming
Yeah.
of the international structures and the international system.
Yeah.
And I think the minority community of Rohingya in Myanmar is not actually getting the support that they need at the moment.
from United Nations or foreign commoners, nobody.
From the international community, which
yeah.
includes the
I don't-
United Nations.
One thing, I'm just, if the 500 people killed and 200, near about 300 women raped and also lots of house burned. So do you think if they're making comments in television, is it enough?
Well, I mean, the thing is that when you talk about rape,
Yeah.
it's a very serious crime. And we know that, an attack took place
Yeah.
in Myanmar. We don't know really who was
I saw that in Al
responsible for that
Jazeera
attack.
last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, for all that we know, the government must have had a hand in that attack. We don't know. But whoever was, responsible for that attack, those criminals have got to be investigated. But you should separate those from the
Okay.
rest of the community. It's like, saying that because, somebody in a family has, got involved in a petty crime, the entire family should be prosecuted. And that is what is happening in Myanmar.
And they are not only women, not only adult, 5 years baby, 3 years baby, they're straight or they're firing.
Well,
Do you
I mean, we know that, people even really, I've been listening to some of the stories of women who have fled Myanmar to Bangladesh, and they're actually sleeping on the mud.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is that, this is like kind of, luxury for them. I mean, sleeping on a mud bed, really,
Yeah. And this
is
luxury
the
for
most horrible thing that you can have in the midst of winter. But, compared to what they were suffering in Rakhine State in Myanmar, at the hands of the military, at the hands of the government, with complete knowledge and probably, kind of design of the government. That is, what they were suffering in Myanmar was just horrendous.
Yeah.
So now, even, we are talking about really, communities who have left. I mean, there are already people from Myanmar in Bangladesh who are seeking asylum because the government of Bangladesh has not actually accepted most of them. And, they are not allowed to really kind of, get involved in the economic activities in Bangladesh. So, I mean, they are a poor minority. Now, each of those families have got to take on some, a lot of new people who are coming. Because where should these people go? I mean, they have
But
to...
can I take a short break, then I will come to you again about it. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা কথা বলছিলাম রোহিঙ্গাদের নিয়ে, আমরা কথা বলছিলাম মায়ানমারের যে মানবতার বিপর্যয় সে বিষয়ে। আমরা আরো কথা বলবো ছোট্ট একটি বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতির পর। আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন প্লিজ।